the typical self-attack that comes from comparison is this person is different from me, right? Because they have more followers, because more people are listening to them, because they're making more money, because they're more beautiful, because they have a partner, because they whatever. We're measuring some gap that we perceive between them and us and using that difference to make us wrong. What we've been talking about so far is using the truth of the difference to help us better understand ourselves and what we actually want and need to do in our lives. But the equally valuable practice is we're recognizing something in that person that is us. We're seeing a mirror. We wouldn't recognize it otherwise. There's tons and tons of people I never think about. I mean, truly, there's billions of people on the planet. I don't know their names. I don't know their faces. I don't think about them. I'm not comparing myself to them. If I really get honest, I'm looking at like comparing myself to a very small number of people. And who are they? They're people who are extremely similar to me in some fundamental way, if not multiple ways. So it's like to recognize, oh yeah, I'm just recognizing an opportunity for either growth in that direction or acknowledgement of something that's already true for me. I've had this multiple times. I've been bringing more stuff to you guys in the directors meetings where I'm like, I want us to, be more like this, or I really like this, or I want to do this, or whatever. Coming from study mostly. Like I'm learning from people, and I'm like, I want, let's look at this. And I would say that half of all of those conversations about each one, not like half of the total, but 50% of each individual dialogue with the team is recognizing like, yeah, we're already doing that. Jesse, you're picking up on that. You're resonating with that. You're wanting to talk about that more because we're already doing it.
Yeah.
You are like that. That's the very like mental version. The most spiritual version, this is a spiritual practice that I learned from Mirabai Bush when I went on retreat with Ram Dass years ago. My mom took me to Maui, bless her whole life. Took us both to Maui so we could be with Ram Dass before he died. And that retreat, Mirabai Bush was one of the meditation teachers, and she had us pair up, and I think we were making eye contact with someone the whole meditation. And throughout the meditation, she was just repeating phrase after phrase, just like me. This person has suffering, just like me. This person has desires, just like me. This person wants to love and be loved, just like me. This person has been abandoned, just like me. This person has and continues to experience trials when it comes to belonging and self-love, just like me. Like truly, whatever the fuck you finish that sentence with, or in the middle, I guess, right? This person has blah, 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 just like me. Whatever it is that's true about you, guaranteed it's true about everybody else. Guaranteed. We all have suffering. We all have trauma. We all have struggles. We all have contrast. We all want love. We all want food. We all want money. Everybody. Like at the most core level, just like me. And so there's a really powerful practice in that as well. And in looking for the similarity and expecting to see it. Because I think that's the other, as someone that I think is on the receiving end sometimes, I think sometimes people use me to attack themselves. They use me, their story, their fiction about me to make themselves feel bad about themselves. And it's part of why we as a company are working, diligently to make it transparent. Like, I got suffering and sorrow and grief and loss and struggle just like you. Even though I'm a CEO of a multi-7-figure business and I love it. I love my company. I love my clients. I love my husband. I love my family. I love our life. I love what we're doing. That does not exempt me from what it is to be on planet Earth. This person is going to die just like me. This person's going to get sick. If they're lucky, they're going to get sick and get old and die, just like me.
There's so much compassion in that, just like me, for both parties, for oneself, myself, yourself, and for the person. Because I think that is also dangerous territory that we can get into of when we put people on a pedestal, or we stay in the like, you're different, then we dehumanize them almost. And then it's really easy
That's
to
absolutely true.
kind of get a little gnarly and, look for something wrong with them, or anything like that. And so I love this Just Like Me, because we become this better version of ourselves because we have compassion for them, for ourselves. And it also feels like a rope out of the hole of stupid. That's not the right word, but it's like if we go far enough into
I
the like
love it.
mindless comparison, it's just a little nutso and wacky and kind of dumb. So Just Like Me feels like a way to come back to
Yeah.
solid ground, equal footing with the world, And it's, yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. I love that. I want to emphasize your use of the word dehumanize, because when you were right before you said that, I was like, yeah, it's not nice, it's mean, it's cruel, it's painful. It's like I was playing with what is that, and then you said dehumanize, and it was like, yes. When y'all watching put me on a pedestal,
Mm.
it dehumanizes me. That
Mm-hmm.
is not a positive feeling. When we look at Oprah and turn her into something that we are not, that is dehumanizing her, taking away her humanity. And what's so amazing about that is that we're capable of doing that, given how hugely transparent she is. You know, she is so open about her humanity, and yet we still do that. So it's like, again, hello, I see you. Like, not making that wrong and recognizing the truth. Dehumanization in our community is something that I don't think people value. And so to name that and use that language around comparison, I think is a really
Mm-hmm.
useful hack, because in this community people don't want to dehumanize, and if they connect that comparing themselves to others is a form of dehumanization, I think that that's
Mm.
might be more motivating even than
Yeah,
positive
that's true.
self-esteem.
We don't want to be that person.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel like
don't
also
do that.
when we
Don't do that.
when we just like fall into where we left off, like deep in the groove of self-attack comparison, and we start to dehumanize someone else, we then completely can't see how we are alike. And that means we completely can't see how close we are to the thing that we want. We can't see all of the beautiful things in that mirrored reflection of what we have readily available. Because I'm dehumanizing this person and now going into like a mean state about they're so different. I can no longer identify with like the brilliance that they have that I also have, the talent that they have that I also have, the capacity, the everything right at my fingertips to help me quantum leap to that same space.
Everything you want is already